Hi, I'm Sailor Pluto Tessa here, and today I'm gonna talk about this one thing, about being the keeper of. Well, I want to talk about this one thing, and I've talked about this before, but I guess it has to be out there. I'm gonna talk about, being the keeper of time. Now, a lot of folks know that I am the keeper of time, any upsides and the downsides with it, and there's probably more downsides with it than there's upsides with it. Alright, the first thing is that you have to stand there or sit there and keep over or watch over or keep this door or watch over this door that apparently is the only door that anyone can go through to go through time, into the upcoming, into the past. And God gave me this job a long time ago. Now, there could have been many other folks that he could have given this job to, but he picked to give this job to me. And no one truly knows why. And no one even knows of me. And technically, to be true, the truth is I'm probably the first Elder Sailor fighter to come along before Sarah Uranus and Sailor Neptune. Yeah, I actually show up before they do in Sailor Moon Romance or Sailor Moon Returns or whatever they are stood for. No one knows what borrowed word that R, means. No one knows. Everybody's got their guesses, but no one knows. So yes, think when they had to go into Rini's nightmare to fight the Grim Man. Yeah, or it could have been Freddy Krueger, but for ownership bind and hang up, it was the Grim Man. And I was the first one that they first met. Or at least Rini called out to me. And I showed up in Luna Ball or Luna P. It shifts its name depending if it's Deke or Cloverway. So I showed up then. And also they meet up with them again when they get to the door that leads them to the upcoming. Either when they leave. Now, I know that how I got the job, I told you, God gave the job to me. And I have this thing called the time toll that sadly when I was given over here, and this would be at least around 2012 or 2013, wow, I didn't come with any of that. I didn't really come with gloves, and I had to get gloves from some other one and put on. And I had this one attack called, Pluto Deadly Scream, which in Cloverway is actually shouted, but in Viz it's just Deadly Scream. But yeah, that's one of my strikes. The other one is a thing called a time stop, and apparently God does not let anyone stop time unless there's really a true ground for doing so. Like the time I had to stop the Willy Bird or the Egg Beater to give Sailor Uranus and Sailor Neptune time to get out before it blew up. Now, some of the downsides is, like I said, sitting there, standing there, keeping watch over a door that anyone wants to go through time, either to go into the past or go in the upcoming. Now, it is said in Sailor Moon Crystal or Sailor Moon Hearst that sometimes Diana takes my stead every once in a while, which is true, but someone might say, what does God think about Diana taking your stead every once in a while? He's alright with it. But as far as the other Sailor Moons go, no one quite knows who's doing my job when I'm not there. It is. it gets truly boring, and you wait, and you hold, and you hope that someone comes along that you might have to fight, because at least it'll give you something to do. And to be earnest, unless you count my mistake with Sailor Moon and Sailor Mercury and Sailor Mars and Sailor Neptune and if you consider a mistake I made with Sailor Moon, Sailor Mercury, Sailor Mars, Sailor Jupiter, Sailor Venus, Tuxedo Mask, if you count that, if you overlook that mistake I've ever made, that may have been the only time I ever had to fight to keep the time door well. It was a mistake. Now, it was also mentioned that, So the downs, so there it is. And I also get that some folks out there think that, wonder, why would God name me the Keeper of Time? I don't know. I guess I happen to just have the right skills or craft for the job, I'm guessing. Like I said, anyone else could have been picked for the job, but God picked me for the job. So, that's pretty much what I do. If you don't count me being out and about, that I was in Sailor Moon Super and Sailor Moon Sailor Stars. If you don't oversee me being out and about, I'm a normal everyday woman. Okay? Yeah. And somehow I seem to know more, and somehow God gave me this insight about how Crystal Tokyo or Hearst Tokyo runs. Supposedly I know everything. Well, not everything, but at least I know enough about Sailor Moon and Tuxedo Mask being Young Queen Serenity and King Endymion. So at least I have some insight on some things, but not that much. Another big downside of being the Keeper of Time is you got to keep everything to yourself. If you know something's going to come up, you can't say it, because no one truly is lit to see their upcoming. They got to live their life as good as they can and take each day at a time. So even if I know something is going to happen, I can't say anything. So it is what it is. I'm Sailor Pluto Tessa, and I hope you like this film.